I come to this conversation here today with some sadness, but also great appreciation. I come today in recognition of great work done, but I understand much more work needs to be done, particularly in peace building. Of course, I want to thank all of you for your invaluable work in advancing peace processes and helping Ethiopians recover from the devastating impact of conflict. Over the past 5 years, the Ethiopia Support Program has partnered with over 189 local organizations and launched more than 375 small grant activities. These efforts have strengthened relationships between divided communities, fostered dialogue among thousands of individuals on pressing political issues, and supported communities in coping with conflict through expanded psychosocial supports and the rehabilitation of vital community infrastructure. Big words, important concepts. But I'm most proud of the fact that all these are hyper-local. I had the opportunity to visit the Mekele Library myself some months ago when it was being in the early stages of the rehabilitation, as we were identifying that it needed to be done and determining how best to go about doing it. Before the Northern War, the Mekele Public Library was a lively site with over 800 people coming every single day. Due to the war and neglect of infrastructure, the library fell into disrepair with a leaky roof and damaged books. I saw that for myself. Very depressing. But even with that, people were coming every single day because they had hope. Thanks to the work of this program, the library is now fully functional, with a new roof and new restrooms and the addition of a space to display local artists. And some of that art is here today. Violence tears communities apart, but this library will contribute to the process of reestablishing the strong sense of community that was damaged during that horrible war. As this program concludes, I want to assure you that the U.S. government remains committed to collaborating with you and the Ethiopian people to support the peaceful resolution of Ethiopia's ongoing conflicts. And that's a personal commitment from me, from my team, and all of us here today. Again, this is a closing of a chapter, but it's also a beginning of the next one. Our programming through USAID and other U.S. government agencies reflects that every day, whether it's our support and collaboration on education, economic opportunities, or healthcare. We recognize the profound impact that conflict has had on Ethiopia's economy and society, and we will continue to partner to respond. Before the recent conflicts, Ethiopia experienced robust economic growth, something you all know very well, averaging between 8% and 10% annually, economic growth between 2010 and 2019, according to the World Bank and other sources. This growth was fueled by significant investments in infrastructure, agriculture, and services. However, according to the International Monetary Fund and the GDP, growth rate has slowed from 8% in 2019 to an estimated 2.5% in 2023, last year. Conflict obviously has played a major role in this economic downturn. But peace can and will turn this around. Conflict has a disproportionate impact on children. A recent report from the United Nations, OCHA, highlighted the dire situation in the Amhara region, where over 4,178 schools have been closed, leaving 4.1 million children out of school. This disruption will significantly impact their education and long-term mental health. But again, peace can and will bring children back to school and back to health. Moreover, we must acknowledge that conflict has led to severe human rights abuses in Ethiopia, including conflict-related sexual violence, enforced disappearances, and civilian casualties. And let me add, we are all watching the growth in criminality throughout regions affected by conflict. Conflict has a way of creating mushrooming and metastasizing problems which impact all of society in many ugly ways. It'll take years for Ethiopia to recover from the aftermath of these conflicts, and that's why it's so important to work together towards peace today. Ending violence is imperative, making your role as peace builders a crucial one in this moment in Ethiopia's history. One of the hallmarks of this program has been its commitment to modeling peaceful dialogue as a way of solving complex political issues. I completely and utterly agree with this in the community context, in the national context, in the regional context. Differences in views and interests are inevitable in every community. Sometimes these differences are very difficult. You as Ethiopians know this better than I do. What defines us is how we address these disagreements. Too often we witness attempts to resolve differences through violence instead of dialogue. Dialogue is the only way to find common ground and to develop solutions that honor everyone's needs and aspirations. Constructive dialogue not only alleviates tensions, but also fortifies our social fabric. Your work with the Ethiopia Support Program has been a part of a critical process in cultivating a culture of dialogue in Ethiopia that is essential for ending current conflicts and preventing future ones. Let us harness the power of dialogue as a tool for unity, progress, and peace. By fostering an environment in which every voice is valued, we can build a brighter future for Ethiopia, one that celebrates its diversity and reflects our shared humanity. Together, let us commit to this vital journey and create a society where dialogue is not just a practice, but a way of life. Thank you very much.